Let's talk about the perks of starting social media in your 30s. I'm not talking about PR. We're just gonna play with makeup today and chit chat. I know there's a lot of you guys still thinking about creating content and asking if it's too late. The answer is no. Some of you guys may know that I left my 9-to-5 from corporate a few months ago, and I've been in the game for about 15 years now. Now, the entire time I've been making content alongside with it, and it's not been easy, but I will tell you some of the things I've learned along the way. And after so many years, I still encourage people to get into content creation, especially if you're creative. I'm obsessed with the skin tint. From personal experience, creating content or being in social media in your 30s is very different from starting in your 20s or your teens. I actually think it's super liberating to start social media in your 30s because you care less about what people think. This whole thing about it's too cringe, that's too corny, it couldn't be me, you start thinking about that way less. It's been a hot minute since I've tried anything from Benefit. This is their Professional Foundation. This is their first foundation, I believe, right? I'm not saying you don't have any of those doubts, but I'm saying those noises actually start to quiet themselves. Seeing anyone talk about these are ColourPop's new Jelly Glow lip and cheek jellies. I am so over the jelly fad. Don't know how I feel about putting this type of formula, this texture on my cheeks. It is for your lips and for your cheeks. Brings me to my second point. You know yourself a bit more, okay? You're comfortable saying no to things, whereas before you might have danced around it, which also can be seen as a double-edged sword because you are so comfortable with your decisions. It's gonna take a bit to make you move on things. Pigment is really pretty. I just don't think I would put jelly on my cheeks. Almost forgot the concealer. I'm gonna pair it with the Benefit concealer. I think this is also called the Professional. I'm gonna add a touch of this one from Charlotte Tilbury because I want something brightening. Coolest thing in my opinion about starting social media in your 30s is your skin is leather-proof. Not to say we don't have feelings, it's just gonna take a whole heck of a lot to get under our skin. Okay, hear me out on this. I feel like millennials and zillennials have seen some shit in their day that our skin is literally leather-proof now, bulletproof even. Trust me, as a first-generation kid to immigrant parents, the shit that I've heard growing up from my own parents alone, thank God these milk cream sticks don't have that funky scent that they used to have in those. Holy shit, I don't even know who was using that. This is really gorgeous though. Look at that. Smartest thing they've done to their packaging is included a swatch of the pigment on the top so that you can see it now in your drawer. Now, some of you guys might not agree with this one, but we're no longer chasing surface level validations. You guys are gonna say, well, you're on social media. Aren't you chasing surface level validations from people, strangers? In our 20s, even in our teens, we're using all sorts of metrics to measure our success, whether it be school grades, performance reviews in jobs, or even our pant size. Yes, down to our pant size. How perfect are these setting powder colors to our eyes? I think we gotta use both. I'm not saying in your 30s, those metrics just go out the window, but they become less and less important because I think at the end of the day, people just crave real human connection and community. Colors here are literally spot on. Oh my god. I don't care for a green powder, but let's see. I think I'm gonna do this purple shade or lavender shade on one side and then the green on the other side. Love their Until Dawn setting spray. Well, let's see if the powder is also equally as amazing. Okay, that's what that looks like so far. I don't love it. It's super blurring, don't get me wrong. I just don't know if I need the color. Now, this last one is probably the most important one. I feel like a lot of people just overlook it, is the realness and authenticity part. It's almost impossible to not be honest and not be your real self in your 30s on social media. Like, you genuinely have to try to be a fucked up person or are one to be perceived in that light. I think this look makes sense with a MAC lip combo. What's saying your energy shows up before you do? That is so damn true. This makeup today is eating so hard, if I can say so myself. I'm gonna finish off the list with these new Danessa Myricks Plumping Lip Gloss. That shade, she is juicy. I think people are so savvy and quick now that if you're doing social media for the wrong reason, they'll call that shit out immediately. Okay guys, here's the finished look and my rant for the day. Let me know y'all's thoughts.